Your family does not meet you at your best. They meet you at your most tired. After the work is done, after the patience is spent, after the pressure has accumulated, and whatever you carry through that door becomes the atmosphere of the house. Command begins there. Rule yourself first. Imagine this. You standing outside your home after a long day, exhausted, irritated, still carrying everything that didn't resolve. Before you reach for the door, someone stops you. Marcus Aurelius. Not as an emperor, as a man who understands responsibility. He grabs you by the shoulders, not gently, firm enough to get your attention, and he says, "Leave it here." You start to explain. He doesn't let you. Your fatigue is not their burden. You say it was a hard day. He answers, "Then master it before you walk inside." You say you're tired. He says, "So is every man who carries responsibility. That is not permission to be unstable." You say you don't feel like yourself. He answers, "Then become the man they need before they see you." You hesitate. He leans closer. Take this moment now, because once you enter, you belong to them. Then the line that settles everything. Do not bring chaos into the place that depends on you for order. He lets go. You walk inside differently. This is the cost of command. Not dominance, not authority. Containment. A household does not need a perfect man. It needs a governed one, because instability spreads faster than difficulty ever will. A man who cannot discipline himself will eventually force everyone around him to adapt to his lack of discipline. Not intentionally. Inevitably, tone becomes tension. Silence becomes distance. Presence becomes pressure. Nothing ungoverned stays private for long. Ruling yourself is not suppression. It is order. Anger can exist without dominating the room. Fear can exist without directing decisions. Exhaustion can exist without becoming volatility. Command begins when reaction ends. Freedom at this stage of life is not doing what you want. It is remaining steady when everything inside you wants relief. Because predictability creates safety, and safety allows everyone else to function. There will be days when restraint feels heavier than reaction. Days when silence requires more strength than speaking. Days when you would prefer someone else to absorb the pressure. Those days are not exceptions. They are the role. No one will recognize this work. No one applauds composure. But the peace inside the home is built on decisions no one sees. Not because that is fair, because that is command. A governed man does not make a house calmer by force. He makes it calmer by presence. Because stability is contagious, so is instability. You do not need to dominate. You do not need to appear unbreakable. You need to remain in command of yourself when command would be easier to surrender. Because the emotional discipline of the man determines the emotional climate of the home. Rule yourself first, then lead.